there, welcome to Live. Joining me today is Master Carolyn, I'm Master Ken, and we may get a surprise guest visit. We'll see. So anyways, today you want to talk about grappling and on the ground. That was a lot of the stuff that I had received this week. And so Master Carolyn here is going to be showing you how to reverse a pin. But there's a couple of things that really I need to preface first. And the first thing is, seriously, if you're in a real fight, not sport, in a real fight, it's good to know what to do from the ground, but I wouldn't make it my first choice just to automatically go to the ground. And the reason for that is, in a normal situation, it just might be you and somebody else, but it's very rare that your opponent is going to be by himself. Probably the most dangerous person is going to be either his ex-girlfriend, who she can slap him all day long, but nobody else can. It's kind of like having a brother or a sister. You can beat them up, but nobody else can. So you have to be worried about the people who may be an ally of them. And in a real life situation, real strenuous self-defense, it would be wise to put your opponent on the ground while you stay on your feet. And so with that in mind and with that context, okay, let's take a look at how we can look to dismantle our opponent who is on top of us. So if we consider your basic table, more than likely is going to have 4 legs. Yes, of course, there are tables with only 3 legs. But let's work with the 4-leg description for now. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take away 2 of the legs. And you're going to want to take away 2 on the same side. This way here, it's going to keep them from bridging out or stopping your reversal. Okay, and so that's what we're really talking about today, is how to create a reversal for someone who's on top of you in a mounted position. So let's begin. So with Master Carolyn here, from a standing up point of view, just so you can see this, if I put my hands on her to be closest to you, she's going to take her right hand and she's going to go on the outside of my hand here, and she's going to pull it in tight to her chest. Good. So that breaks my balance because she put me in. Okay. So what that means is, hold me tight there. Okay. I can't really do much to escape with this hand here. Okay. What she's also going to do is she's going to use this same side leg, okay, to pin my foot again, and that's going to help her to not let me stop her reversal. So, Master Carolyn, would you be on the ground, please? And again, we could get a surprise visitor at any moment. Okay. So somehow, Master Carolyn has found herself on the ground. I pushed her, she stumbled, she fell, it's okay. But I have her like this here, and maybe I'm thinking to punch her or to choke her or something like that. So the first thing she's going to do is she's going to capture my arm. Good. Because when she tries to turn me this direction here, if she doesn't capture my arm and she bridges and rolls in that direction, please, I stop it by putting my hand down, just like that. So that's the reason why she's going to capture my hand. So I can't do that. Her right leg, it's also going to hook around my leg and pull it tight close to her hip to make sure I can't step out with that leg. Also, my attempt to bridge or stop her reversal. So when she captures this arm and when she captures this leg, she's she's got a much easier time of doing a full bridge and then a roll. Master Carolyn, would you show them how to do bridge, please? So,
Have your feet over.
yes, absolutely. And so that's her bridge, and you can tell that she's bringing her heels in very, very close to her hips and to her booty. Okay, good. Now, as she does that, she brings that in again. She bridges, and then she rolls over. And then she's going to be in a mounted position or within my guard, let's say. But that's not the worst that can happen here. So, Master Carolyn, please back down again. Okay. The big mistake that people will make when they try to execute this type of a maneuver is they forget to bridge. Bridging breaks your opponent's balance. So you want to bridge, and you'll actually feel them shift over your head. They've lost their leverage. Then that's when you're going to turn up. If you look just to turn, even if you captured, you might not have enough strength or momentum on your side to follow through with your technique. Okay, so here I am. I'm choking her out. She's going to capture me. Good. Now she's also going to help with this. She's going to take her left hand and she's going to come right up the middle and press my chin up. Good. To lock up my spine. Good. She bridges first, then she rolls, and now she's got me pinned.
And that's a tough thing to get out of for me.
Okay. And that, once you finally get up, is a pretty strong reversal. Okay, so let's try that again. So I'm going to recommend that you get a partner, either now or afterwards, so you can practice this. Notice how you feel when someone presses up, and you feel how your neck and spine are locked. Master Carolyn, can you lay back down, please? So what she could also do, even though she had her forearm and her elbow in my throat, is you can keep that head turned, okay, and press to the side. Now, I'm also going to take this other hand, and I'm going to control her top hip, here, like this, here. So Master Carolyn, can you roll out of this? She can't move. It looks like nothing. I get that. But believe me, because her head is pressed down to the side, it can't turn anymore. And because I'm controlling this hip, she's got really no place to go. So one more time, I press down here. If I don't control this hip, she could probably start to roll. So I control this hip. And I can do it just by holding it like this, or I can bridge it like this here. And where are you going to go, Master Carolyn?
Nowhere.
She's on the road to nowhere. Okay, so that's a nice little lock that you can do. Okay, so Master Carolyn, you're going to do that to me now. You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses, would you?
No, never.
She lies. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here I am. So she captures, and she captures the leg. See, now I can't stick this hand up, I can't stick that leg out to block her reversal. She's going to come up the middle, block, or take the chin, she's blocked my neck, she bridges and rolls. Oh. Good.
And now she's going to pin my head to one side.
How about you?
That's nasty. That's nasty.
Okay.
Yay!
Okay, one more time. Okay, one more time.
Okay.
So lay down, just so you can see it. And I'm going to ask you to turn my head in this direction over here.
That way?
Yeah, and then capture my top hip.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll walk you through it. You dirty right. Good, here she goes. Good. No, hold on. That was really good what she just did there. So, even if I'm doing this, she takes the strength out of my choke by pressing my hand down. Oh, hi. Here's our special guest. Hi, Master Theodore. This is Master Theodore. Okay. So even if I go to punch her bringing her hand up like this acts as a block. Thank you, Ted. Ted, go lay down. Thank you, Ted. Good. Yeah. So this acts as a block, right? Good. She's up and she bridges and rolls. Good. Now turn my hip. There you go. And now control my hip. Yes. See, I'm stuck.
Flat out.
I'm stuck. Hi, Theodore. Okay.
So, I'm still trying.
Yeah. So Probably the smartest one in here is Master Theodore.
Good boy.
Okay, so there is a little bit of an introduction to grappling from the ground. Once again, I can't stress enough how I prefer to stay on my feet and put my opponent down on the ground, as opposed to going there first and foremost, because somebody's going to come. If you're on the ground, the guy's friend, his girlfriend, his ex-wife is going to come by, and she's going to pick up a teacup and break it over your head, a club, maybe a knife, whatever. So, well, you never know. Maybe you interrupted tea hour. So there you have it. That now you can practice this standing up, okay, and you can get a feel for how powerful this could be. So as she puts her hands on me, okay, and she's holding tight and being a fighting stance, Master Carolyn, please here. Okay, now watch what happens as I just sink my weight. See what happens to her body here? Now try to do something with your right hand. Think about hitting me. See, I got it in check as I control her spine, and she's not getting away from me. I haven't done anything with the legs yet. Okay? So I'll do it the other side here. So she goes grab, my hands are up. I want to capture, my inside hand is checking. So as she goes to throw a punch at me, see, my hand is checking her at the same time. And this goes into a really pretty good grappling art known as chin up. So as she comes in, one hand comes in, one hand goes low, and the harder she wants me. And this is really great for like a smaller person against a larger person, or a smaller person against a little stronger person here, is as she comes in, I'm a crane, my one hand goes low, one hand goes high. See how this hand is in on me? I like that. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to step back and I'm going to release this pressure. So as she leans on me here, I just turn, and off she goes. So here's a stand-up grappling technique as well. So as she comes in, I separate her hands. See, one's hand high, one hand's low. I take my front foot here, and as she's coming in hard at me, I release the pressure. No strength. And she's going to throw me to the ground. And by the way, the more aggressive this person is, the easier it is for you. Again, she's coming in, maybe it's like a 1-2 punch. I don't even really know 1-2 here. And so I got her high and low, and she comes in, she's leaning on me, I relieve that pressure and just turn her. So it's really just a single step from here. I separate her hands, just as high-low motion, depending upon what side it is, and I'm just stepping back and turning. Okay. As I come in at Master Carolyn now, as I come in, she opens up her hands. Good. Excellent. And now as I'm leaning in on her, all you have to do is with your right foot is step back.
Easy. Easy peasy.
It really is. So if I'm holding her like this now, see how she did a good job? Let's turn this way here so they can see. So you can see how she separated my hands. Okay, now she's just going to turn me, as I'm looking to use strength on her. She's coming in on me. Good. And I'd like to be manly and say that I'm stronger than her, and yet she just threw me like it was nothing. Okay, because she's literally using my balance against myself here. It's not that she is retreating, she's yielding with this type of a technique, and she receives the energy and she redirects it in a new direction. So as I come in on her, like that there, see, all she did is she broke my balance right away, and my energy is going towards her, and what she's just going to do is she's just going to spin me like a leaf in a whirlpool, and that's going to be the end of it here. So I come in hard. Yeah.
Literally no strength.
Yeah. Which is a pretty cool thing. So let's review what we did. We did the ground technique where we captured each side, one side, hand and leg, bridge and roll, lock the spine. The second grappling technique is when the person comes in on you and you open them up. Okay? This is why it's so important to keep your hands kind of in the middle on your center guard, like this here, and it's either this or it's this, depending upon how they come at you. And all you're doing is you're breaking their balance and turning them. That's all you're really going to do. Okay. So, here. Oh, God, that hurts. And then she turns, sits back, and it's really kind of that easy. If you have Tai Chi, that will look an awful lot like Fair Lady working the shuttles. If you got the statue of the crane, it's going to look like the fireman's cap. So there you have it. A couple ways of dealing with grappling, one from the floor and one standing up. Again, please don't make it your first choice to go to the ground. It's not a sport, it's a matter of survival and looking out for other people who may be your opponent's teammate. If you have any other questions, or any other topics you'd like me to address, I'm happy to do so. You can just email me at masterkenkarate@gmail.com. On behalf of Master Carolyn and Master Theodore, we hope you enjoyed this, and we look forward to seeing you next week. All the best.